Hello everybody, this is a totally improvised video about me creating a beat for a possible remix of Make-A-Wish, although there have been plenty of remixes of more or less good quality. But basically what I wanted to do is create a video about how I start doing remixes. So what I've loaded up right now is my Logic template, which contains a couple of audio tracks, including my microphone right now here, and 10 software instruments so far, and all my hardware synth stuff, and a few buses and the audio inputs from my interface where all the synths arrive. Usually I'm working with two screens, where I have my mixer on the smaller screen, right? But at the moment, since I can only record one screen, I have to work with screen sets. So this is my mixer, and this is the arrangement window. And in case you're interested, this is my these are my environments to control the Waldorf Rocket, the effect section of the Quasi-MIDI Series, and the effect section of the Yamaha QY100. I've sent all these parameters already to the synths before I started recording, so this is all correct. We can go back to the arrangement window. The remix or the beat I'm going to I'm wanting to do will be run at 132 BPM, and I'm trying to start with some kind of electro bass line, which you might know from my songs. So I'm trying to make a bass line which has two main basses, a percussive bass and a rather droning bass, or a long massive bass. I already had an idea in my mind that I tried before the video, which starts with a percussive bass coming from the PLG board of the Yamaha S80, which sounds pretty much like this. And yeah, I'm just starting with this. My plan is the first two beats of each bar will be dominated by the droning bass, which will be later delivered by the AN1X. And the second two beats of a bar will be the percussive bass. And I'm starting with the percussive bass right now, which is playing some 16th offbeat stuff. I know the song Make-A-Wish is in C minor, so I'm just or in D sharp major or E flat major, however you see it. So I'm going to do this in C minor as well, since this is the parallel key. So right now I'm starting with the second half of the bar. Not much so far here. The reverb might be a bit too much. I'm messing up with my screen sets. So the reverb is here on the input channel. I'm going to reduce this a bit. I think the last one can be really a bit longer. Yeah, okay. And now I'm going to have the AN1X to do the main bass. Meshif FM, greetings to Theory at this point. This is really loud. I'm going to do some pitch bend stuff. So let's see how this turns out. I've got this right now, this way. And so on. And Well, now I have to. I want to make the last of this drone bass, the last note of this drone bass to pitch down. So I'm opening my pitch band hyper draw, as it's called in Logic. So since this last note is 3/16 notes long, the first 16th note will be at the normal octave. The second 16th note will be used to pitch down, and the third 16th note will be will stay down pitched. So like this. So I'm going to pitch up because I'm a nice guy, and to avoid any weird artifacts, I'm going to set the pitch to 0 again before the next note starts. So, I need to set now the AN1X to a separate channel, so the AN1X arrives in my second input. This is something I do with my external mixer. Has only the use that I can sidechain it differently. So now I am going to use my first software instrument for the kick drum in this case. I choose my Progressive Kicks collection, which is just a collection of kick drums I extracted from different songs. This, for example, is the kick I used in Rain, and I'm going to use probably this one. It seems to fit pretty well. This is an Island Bluestone kick. Wait, this was the wrong channel. Here. And this is F2. This has a nice attack, this kick drum. I'm going to start this at bar 3. Why am I starting at bar 3? This is actually something that I took from the times of Logic 5, because sometimes when you start a song at 0, the effects that were playing right before you stopped are still fading out at this moment. So have like you start play and I don't want this to be at the start of the music. So I leave a few bars empty. Just I say effect initializing gap. Also, you can do a little intro before the first kick starts, like a sweep and stuff like that, so you don't explode with a kick drum. So what do we have here? Okay, let's just make a cycle here at this point. Now we're going to a very important part, the sidechaining. The sidechaining, as I know it, works maybe a bit different than you could do it in Fruity Loops or somewhere else. What I'm doing in Logic is I'm having my kick drum. I can name this kick right now. So this is sending using a bus or send. Yeah, actually this is has a send. That is sending pre-fader. So whatever I do here is not affecting what's coming out of the send. I'm going to use -5 decibel anyway. This is so my usually kick drum level, so I have enough headroom and don't get into the clipping. So what is bus 2? Bus 2 is a bus that is prepared with a low cut filter, which cuts basically everything around, say 230 Hertz. So the whole body of the kick is cut, and this bus has no output. So it's basically just the trigger of the kick's attack. You can do some other triggers for the sidechain, but I use this because I got used to it. And the second thing, that is another bus where everything else is routed to. This is bus number 1, and bus number 1 has the main sidechain compressor on it. So everything that runs, basically everything that I do runs through bus 1 and is sidechained by that, except for the kick. So I forgot this nice preset here that I called pumping. Sidechain is now bus 2. So I have already a little sidechaining on the whole thing, but I want to do more. I want more. So I'm gonna copy this just to this channel and to this channel here. Then I usually level the main bass and the kick to the same level. I don't know how this sounds with speakers because I'm using headphones right now, but it should basically sound the same. Okay, so we've got these 3 elements. Let's save this whole project right now. Make a wish remix. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this at all, but at least I'm doing a video. So right now I want to decorate the bass with some bass effects. Usually I use Synth for that. Let's see what we can find. So this is basically just trying. Where's my here? I'm going to use this, but not in the same form. I'm going to apply a reverb to this, which is not long, but heavy. This is just decoration, so I cut everything that may affect the main bass area. Maybe add a little boost in the upper mids or highs. So I don't know how this turns out, but I'm just trying this right now. So, and now I'm going to add a heavy sidechain compressor on this, because I want to make this like zip. This is actually not as I wanted it to be, but it doesn't sound bad anyway. Okay. I'm usually doing K, so right now I feel like adding some hi-hats. And I love using the Quasi-MIDI series for hi-hats because you can create pretty much everything on your own. I forgot something. Send mixer settings. There it is. The Crisp 2 hi-hat is something I haven't yet written into the template. So, and basically when we, it's just an offbeat hi-hat right now. Right. Where my microphone is escaping. Come back. Okay, there we go. But I'm not yet satisfied with this. I have this okay. Now to give the thing more groove, I'm going to add some very punchy square wave, I think. Some kind of arpeggio. This is the Linpla Chronox. I was supposed to make a sound bank for this, but I got lost in the middle of the process. Now I've got like 130 sounds for this thing, but not the requested 200. Stick with this one. I call this blip. Okay, for me it's now time to add the clap or the snare. I think I take another kit of me. I've made a collection of so-called power snares. That's how at least I call them. So a collection of snares, which usually at the modern progressive stuff, some 80s snares, heavily compressed and EQ'd, used for some stuff like that. Computer is acting strange right now. I'm having an idea right now. Let's see if this works out. I want to decorate each fourth snare with some whipping clap. See if I can find anything in the Vengeance sounds. This might do. Add some reverb. So this loop is going to be 2 bars long. I've lost it. Great. Oh, we take this one. So this turns out. More reverb. Okay, I can live with that. Right now I'm doing a little bit of the arrangement. I need a not a 303, a 909 hi-hat. Again, I take the Quasi-MIDI series for this because I have all kinds of drums in this machine. I think the difference between the two basses is still a bit too much. Let's see what we can do about this. If there's something I learned during the past, it's that you can't be too shy with the equalizer. So some boosting of 10 or 15 decibel is pretty much normal. The crash, don't forget the crash. This computer is right now starting to get a little bit tipsy. Oh, the other bass is a bit... So, what is next? I think I'll do some kind of another percussive synth, but in a lower region. So we have the high blip from the Chronix right now, and I'm going to add a little lower synth, but I don't know which yet. Let's see what we find in the V-synth area. Not quite. Actually, I want to have something percussive. The V-synth is pretty much not the best synth for that. So, okay, I'm looking at my own synth collection right now. I may be going to release this. Okay, there we go. Okay, quick recording. This is usually easier for me than programming everything. Okay, what I'm going to do now is add a reverb to this synth. But not as an insert, but as a bus, because I want to sidechain this reverb. Sidechain it big time. Okay, I've cutted the frequencies of the reverb so it doesn't get too annoying, just to create an atmosphere. And now, side chaining. Huh? Oh, sorry, that was wrong. Oh, that's why. What I'm going to do now is add some more effects, which lose up the whole rhythm. Like this, I like to use this sound recently. Because it sounds so nice, undefined. Okay, I need to pitch this down because this sample itself is a little bit attuned. Better or worse? I'm still having issues with my microphone. It's escaping. Okay. Okay. We stick this at -11. And now I'm going to add some virtual sidechaining. I want to make this kind of reverse effect, and I'm taking the controller number 11, which is the expression controller, which is volume inside volume. The German word is Ausdruck for this, so don't get disturbed by this. It's the expression controller. And I'm going to... Let's hear the solo. I'm going to double this to make a stereo effect, since the series is only mono. This sounds nice already. So, what about adding some pad? This is going to be interesting again, because let's do this from scratch, because this creating a pad which is gateable is a bit different than you might think. So we're going to create a really thick pad. So we take 16 saw oscillators. Okay, and this is basically the raw sound. Let's equalize the whole thing. We might do some fine-tuning later. So what I'm going to do now, back to the mixer, I am going to make 2 sends for this. One bus 4 and one bus 5. Bus 5 will be a trigger, pre-fader trigger. So I'm going to put this to no output. And on bus 4, I'm going to add a reverb. I love using the Logic's reverb. It sounds good enough to suit me for everything. This is basically to make the sound even more thick. Okay, and now this is actually an interesting part. I'm going to take a noise gate, which zeroes the volume if it goes below a certain level. So you see the reverb is cut off right now, but I don't want the reverb to affect the noise gate, so I'm going to sidechain it with a trigger 5, which means only the lead will affect the noise gate. This is the effect I want. Everything gets sidechained again. Bus 1, bus 1. Even more sidechain right now. Let's go to a... Okay. Now to make this easier for me, I'm just going to add some filter. That I can control using the modulation wheel. Or in this case, my foot controller. This makes it a bit easier. Okay. I don't want to close this. Yes, okay. Let's see how this works in practice. This was wrong. Actually, this way. let's see if this works out. Quantize the whole thing. Quantize the note length. I think I have double notes here. Okay, this is sounding pretty fine. Now we just can add some more decoration. I like the sound, these bit 90s sounds. Just to loosen it all up. Okay, this needs a bit more ice. I just recorded some real-time controller change. And now the rest is just some playing around, like e.g. automating the kick volume. So the last kick of this bar is muted. Some kind of transition. Okay, let me have. Oops, what's happening here? Okay. This is one of my favorite effects. Some reverse, another reverse sound that I use in combination with snares. Usually before every fourth snare, you can listen to my tracks and find this in almost every one. I just need to put this where the snare actually is. And most importantly, the reversed crash. The Yamaha reversed crash. This is signature JB signature. There it's gone. This could be another independent song as well. Or so far it's not a pony song yet. Open hi-hat. And closed hi-hat. A bit of 90s stuff, okay. Pretty sure the mix down with speakers sounds horrible, but I don't care right now. Actually, I wanted to add some, now I have to look into my list, some other 90s effects in between to loosen it all up, like the sound we have here. This I've got a lot of Euro hit stuff on my QY100. And let's see what we can find there. Okay, bank number 72. This. Yeah. Okay, I need to help myself here a bit. It doesn't stop when I release the key. Oh, that should help decreasing the release time of the channel. Some chorus. forgot something. Now I need to shorten the notes. I'm not yet really satisfied with the way the bassline sounds. Synth, come to me. I need you. I want to just double the part where it pitches down with some stereo effect. Come on. Just remember, if you do such doublings, do a low cut. No one needs a double bass. Now in the context. What about putting this note to the first bar? No. So this is basically a beat you can work with, and the way I decorate it now with stuff like melodies and bling bling and bells and whatever lead sounds is up to you, but this is how I would make a beat at the moment. I call this rhythm section. So you've got basically everything you need to have a solid bass, like drums, bass, everything, all these gimmicks in the middle. This all is to decorate a song or to make a good ground, whatever you want to call it.